I'm pretty sure I have an unhealthy obsession with Mormons. So I feel like I need to explain myself because after this episode, you will probably be a little bit obsessed or at least a little bit curious. I want to talk about a reality TV show that I watch. It's probably like the only one I watch, and they are my Kardashians. I will explain. I will explain. But yeah, welcome to the new episode of the podcast every Wednesday, 6 a.m. And if you didn't know that, it's because you didn't turn on your notifications. Ok. Eu falei isso no último episódio, vou falar de novo. O Spotify me deu uma bronca porque eu tenho muito mais ouvintes do que seguidores. Então, por favor, gente, lembre, para agora, vai lá seguir o podcast de onde você estiver escutando. Se inscreve e ativa o sininho para você lembrar que toda quarta, às 6 da manhã, tem episódio. Toda sexta, inclusive, 6 da manhã, a gente tem newsletter. Você pode inscrever o seu e-mail sem precisar baixar o aplicativo Substack, que é onde eu envio. Tudo isso no link da nossa bio. Tudo isso eu fico avisando lá nos stories do nosso Instagram. Então, pra saber assim tudo que a gente faz, lá é que você vai descobrir. E, inclusive, se vocês estão ouvindo isso na quarta, a gente provavelmente já escolheu o nome da nossa nova comunidade. Se não, vai lá olhar nos stories pra ver se a gente já escolheu mesmo. Porque agora a Wave vai ter uma comunidade. Não só para alunos, para gente de fora também. So, if you wanna have contact with other people who also speak English, if you wanna connect with other people who are also studying and practicing, and people who like the same stuff as you, like if you do you know that feeling when you see a funny meme in English and you don't have anyone to send to? Now you will. Now you will have a space to share your English thoughts, your English references, your English recommendations, and also practice your English with us, with our students. Anyways, I'm gonna talk more about it in the next few weeks, okay? So go to our Instagram to find out more about it. And I'm so excited about this new project because it's like an extension of the podcast, right? Like, because you're probably here every week with me, and now we're gonna be able to have this connection every day. And you will be able to practice your English with me, but also with everybody from Wave. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, welcome to the podcast. Please remember, follow us, turn on your notifications. And today, it's one of those light episodes, okay? Because the last one was deep. Like a lot of people commented on it, and I mean, it was a great episode. I loved talking about that topic, but also it's like very reflexive. I'm not sure now. It made us reflect a lot on life, on friendships, on stress, on so many things, right? And but this one today, it's gonna be a little lighter because I just want to recommend a really trashy show that I watch. It's, it's one of my favorite shows. Like every time a season comes up, I stop everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm watching to watch it, and I get obsessed with it. I binge watch it like crazy. And if you don't know what binge watching means, go read our newsletter because there's a text that I explain what binge watching means. But yeah, this show, let me give you the context. Let me give you the context. It's a reality TV show, okay? So these are real people. It's kind of like the Kardashians because you follow their day-to-day lives. They talk to the camera. You follow the scandals, the gossip, the relationships, but there is something behind it that is so interesting to me. This reality show feels like a study on human behavior, especially when it comes to cults. But let me explain to you. There's a church. Of course, this is gonna be about a church. There's a church called the LDS, FLDS Church in the US, which today is called the Mormon Church, right? So there's a whole community, a whole group of people who call themselves Mormons, right? It's a religion, it's a religious group, whatever. If you watch the documentary of how this church was founded, you will not believe like how people can be proud of calling themselves Mormons today. Like, no, I don't want to be intolerant, of course not. But the fact that the Mormon church was like came from a cult, and let me explain to you, cult is Satan. And not only that, the guy who started this cult was convicted, like condenado to a life sentence, I guess, because he was a pedophile. Because basically in this cult, the men married multiple women, including children and teenagers who are also children in this context. And it's such a dark origin. It's such a dark history behind it. If you there's a documentary on Netflix. This is not the reality show I'm talking about. Okay, I'm just giving you context. There's a documentary on Netflix called "Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey." If you go to Netflix and look up "Keep Sweet," you will see this documentary. It's about the origin of the Mormon Church, and it's very creepy, very scary, like literally criminal. And with time, this church became a little more modern. They kind of dismissed their old name, and now you just say Mormons, right? But yeah, they have this dark history, and this tradition of marriage and children, because they had multiple children, one children after another. Like, they had a philosophy of every year you should have a new child. And a woman who couldn't or who wouldn't have a child every year, like, she just didn't have any value, right? A woman's value was measured by the ability to have children, and the men had like 20, 30, 40 children if necessary. Like, it's a crazy thing. One of the traditions the Mormons keep from this old church is having multiple children and getting married so young. It's really weird how young they get married, and they have all these traditional visions of marriage and children and whatever, and modesty, right? And the way you dress, the way you talk. They don't drink alcohol, but they replace alcohol with a lot of things that do the same job. It's weird. It's kind of it's weird. The way they live, it's weird. And the Mormon church basically exists in the state of Utah in the US. Utah is a state in the US, right? So the Mormon, it's like the homeland of the Mormon church. So today, this church is a little more modern. Women dress kind of normally, kind of, because you still have those groups where the women have these multiple children and they wear long dresses and everything. But a lot of people from the church went a little more modern on the whole philosophy. So there's a group of women, and this is now I'm getting to the reality show. There's a group of women who started filming TikToks about their lives as mothers, as wives, as uh, and influencers. So eventually they became influencers, showing their day-to-day lives, showing their children, doing trendy videos, and they were a group of friends. They were all very beautiful women, like the typical American women, like really skinny, long hair, a lot of plastic surgery and a lot of procedures done in their bodies and faces. So they were like very commercial, right? And they started posting about their lives, and they founded Mom Talk. If you go to TikTok right now and you look up this hashtag Mom Talk, you will see what I'm talking about. So they're a group of women who always they started filming videos together. They all live in Utah, right? Utah is the state, so they all live there. And all these women came from the Mormon church. So their idea was to show themselves as influencers, but also as the modern Mormons, you know. And they are typical American influencers. They were all mothers and married, right? But okay, you could see that some of them were religious, some of them were not, some of them left the church, but that's their life, right? Posting content, posting their life, whatever. Until one of them went live on TikTok. She started a live transmission and she blew up like a big bomb on people. She said that three or four couples from the church were swinging. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, swinging is basically when you have more than one couple and everybody from these couples get together. They have open relationships inside their circles. And I mean, you can imagine that the church doesn't support this, right? Because marriage is supposed to be sacred and holy, right? Like santo. And she just let out this huge secret that a lot of the couples from the community were swinging, including her and her husband. And she was getting a divorce from her husband because they were there were two main couples. This girl called Taylor and her husband, and her best friend called Miranda and her husband. It turns out Miranda's husband fell in love with Taylor. They were best friends, like the four of them were best friends, swingers, okay? Keep that in mind. And Miranda's husband became in love with Taylor, and he confused things, right? Because it was supposed to be something casual, ha ha ha. And then he fell in love with her, and then both marriages just crumbled, you know, like the both relationships ended, and she went live on Instagram to, I don't know, maybe tell her side of the story. I don't know. The thing is, this live ruined for a moment Mom Talk's reputation because they were influencers. They were coming from the church, but also they were like people that they were a group that people admired, you know, and they looked at their lifestyle. They were great influencers. And Taylor drops this bomb on TikTok. The internet went crazy, right? The Utah world went crazy. And a lot of people like they had a really bad reaction to her life, but a lot of them found her really honest, you know, like wow, she's telling this. And for the church, this is such a shocking story, and she's so brave, right? Like corajosa. She's so brave to tell this story and everything. And in the end, Taylor and Miranda ended their friendship. They didn't talk anymore. The marriages like ended too. The swinging community ended too. But Taylor just got more and more famous. And she continued with Mom Talk. Like she was the leader of Mom Talk, you know? And Hulu, a producer, an American producer, they decided to create a reality TV show about these women's lives, right? So the show is called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. In Portuguese, it is A Vida Secreta das Esposas Mormons. So they selected a group and they like invited them to be in this reality TV show. They are very well paid, and you basically follow their everyday lives, especially after the scandal. So the reality show starts with explaining this whole context that Taylor dropped this bomb on the internet and she got very famous because of it. And they are Mormons, but they don't follow the traditions anymore. And you start following their lives after the scandal, and it's a whole group of women, right? A lot of them don't go to church anymore and everything. And then you start understanding their stories. It's like the Kardashians, I swear. And for me, it's so much more interesting than the Kardashians because there is this whole religious background, and and you see them living a very modern life and a very free life because they do a lot of things that religious people don't do. And they are basically the typical American influencers, right? But at the same time, and this is what I was talking about in the beginning, they live a Mormon life. So they got married really young. They have multiple children. Like every season, there are at least two pregnant women. They are always pregnant. They are always having babies. It's crazy. And there are a lot of scandals like among the group because Taylor has this history with swinging. And now when the reality starts, she is in a relationship with a toxic man, but she's also a very toxic person. And actually, the in the beginning of the show, you see that she was arrested. She went to prison because she assaulted him. Assault in English, apesar de parecer assalto, na verdade é agressão, tá? Assault. Assault. She assaulted him. They had a domestic fight, and it was considered domestic violence. They had a baby together, and this is how the reality show starts, right? Taylor is a very problematic woman. And she's a very traumatized woman. She's very unhinged. Unhinged is a very popular expression on the internet right now. And it's someone who is out of control, someone who's unpredictable, like imprevisível, like a ticking bomb, aquela pessoa que é uma bomba relógio. That's someone that's unhinged. Taylor is very unhinged. So you start the show understanding her story, but also you start understanding the other women's story. So there is one who in the first season she's the villain, right? But her husband, like in theory, he is the perfect husband. He's a great husband. Actually, out of all of the terrible husbands and boyfriends in this show, he's one of the best ones. But in the beginning of the show, you find out that actually there was a Tinder scandal because he had a Tinder profile and he was cheating on her. Cheat on someone é trair. He was cheating on her because she found out about this Tinder profile. She talked about it on the show, but there's a big rumor that actually it wasn't Tinder. It was Grinder. And if you know what I'm talking about, Grinder is an app for LGBTQ people. Let's keep it like this. So apparently, he had a profile on an app for LGBT relationships, right? So everybody was like, oh my God, he actually likes men. He is probably gay. And if you watch the show, I'm sorry, but he looks gay. I love him, but he's probably gay. Like, if you look at this couple, they look like best friends. It's the typical lavender marriage. Lavender marriage. I love this expression. It's when a woman marries her gay best friend. Like, it literally. They live a lavender marriage, and when you watch the show, they look like the happiest couple. It's- I think it's because of that. That's my theory. But this is one of the stories, right? You have Taylor's story with the aggression, the assault, and the swinging. You have Whitney's story with Tinder. You have another one which is very problematic. She has a disease, a condition, a health condition that's autoimmune, like autoimmune. She has a skin condition that's autoimmune, and she's fighting against this disease, and she posts a lot about it. So she's helping other women survive this condition and everything. But you find out that a lot of the trauma and stress that she lives comes from sexual abuse. So she was abused when she was a teenager, and the weird part is that like after this abuse, that after this abuse, she met her husband. And like the story that they tell is that her husband saved her, right? He saved her from that toxic environment and everything. But actually, he saved her when she was 16 years old. And that is so weird because they got married when she was a minor. So people are like, yes, he saved you from abuse, but also like he was older than you and you married him when you were 16, when you were a minor. Like that's a little weird. This also looks like abuse. I'm not saying it is, of course, but it's people's opinions on the internet. And but at the same time, this guy, when you look at this guy, he is harmless. Harmless. It's like inoffensive. Like he's harmless. They he isn't old, very much older than her. He isn't. He's a good husband too. He's a good father. But it's weird that they got married when she was 16 and she already had a baby because the Mormon culture demands that you have one baby a year and they are so young. Like something about this show is that when you start realizing these women's age, you kind of lose your mind because this girl specifically, she is younger than me and she has like three children. And she looks like she's 30 something. Like it's so weird because all of them look so much older and a lot of them are my age. And they have like literally five kids, a house. They are world famous. They, at the same time, because they are influencers, they get a lot of plastic surgery and a lot of procedures in their face. So they look so much older. Oh my God, they are the typical American influencers. But this is the weird story number three, right? Very weird that they got married when she was a minor. It's weird, it's weird, it's weird. And then you have other women that their stories are interesting too, but you have like, it's because every season you follow their lives, but the plot changes. Plot, it's like the narrative, the story changes. So season one, Whitney is the villain. Everybody fights with her, and she's considered like the bad one from the group, right? So she's kicked out of the group. On season two, she apologizes. She says she's sorry. And now Demi is the villain. Demi is a terrible person. She's another girl from the group. She's a terrible person. But yeah, season two, she's the villain. And then on season three, like not someone else is the villain. Like it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's so interesting to see how famous they got after this reality show, and their lives are crazy like that. Like you can see that, of course, it's reality TV. A lot of the things that happen, you can see that they are like not forced, but you can see that the TV show is creating a narrative, right? So, oh, season one, everybody hates Whitney, she's the worst. Season two, everybody loves Whitney, and now everybody hates Demi. Like it's reality show, right? But you can see that these women have crazy lives. They are always involved in a scandal. They are never in peace. They are always like starting businesses and like doing different things with their career. Like two of them were in the Dancing with the Stars show. Like Dança dos Famosos in the US, it's called the Dancing with the Stars. So two of them were invited to the show and they became they started dancing for the show. And one of them became an actress and a dancer because of this opportunity. And the other two, they are business women. One of them wrote a book. Like what the other, and now the latest scandal, there was a huge scandal now because Taylor, do you remember Taylor, the original girl who had the swinging scandal and the domestic abuse arrest? She was invited to The Bachelorette. The Bachelorette is an American TV show where a girl looks for her future husband, right? So there are a lot of men in a competition to be her boyfriend. This is the TV show. It's called The Bachelorette. And Taylor This year, last year, she was invited to be the bachelorette of this season of 2026 season, but Taylor still has a crazy relationship to the guy that she assaulted on season one. Remember her baby daddy? Because this is an expression that they love using, baby daddy. She still has a very complicated relationship with her baby daddy. They are always together and then apart and then together and then apart and then they are fighting against each other and then they are assaulting each other. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. But good TV, right? They invited her to be the bachelorette. But everybody was like, oh my God, Taylor, are you ready? You're gonna find your future husband on this show. Are you ready to separate from your baby daddy for good forever and find a good husband for you? And then everybody was like, Taylor, you can't miss this opportunity because in the end, you have to understand that mom talk became a business. So now they are very careful about their reputation. They do a lot of promotions for companies. They do a lot of uh, sponsored ads and they do a lot of publicity for companies, for brands, right? They have their businesses now. Like Mom Talk is a business. They have to post content together because that's how they make money. Like the season to participate in the reality TV show, you need to sign a contract and they get a lot of money for it. So now Mom Talk is a business, right? So they were like, Taylor, you have to go to the Bachelorette because it's really good for Mom Talk because people will hear about us and it's a huge opportunity to be in the Bachelorette, like it's like uh, it's one of the biggest TV shows in American TV, but she has a complicated relationship with her baby daddy, remember? But okay, she went to the reality show. She filmed the season, and then this year, the season was gonna be released like lançada. It was gonna be released this month, and it was canceled. Do you know why? Because of her past with her baby daddy and her domestic abuse past. Because everybody knew that she was arrested for the domestic violence, but apparently there was a new recording, a new camera footage that everybody seen for the first time, apparently, and the producer decided that it's better to cancel the season because everybody was like, "Oh my God, this woman assaulted her boyfriend. She literally went to prison because of domestic violence and then now she's the bachelorette. She's going to be on a TV show." So everybody was like asking for an attitude by the producer, right? And then the producer decided to cancel the show. And apparently Taylor and her baby daddy are in a fight again. So a lot of things are happening and they stopped filming the new season. They were filming season 5, but after the scandal, they stopped filming. I don't know if they're back. I don't know if they will be back. So I don't know if we will have a season 5. But let me tell you, it's interesting, it's fun, it's funny, it's ridiculous, it's shocking. Like it's like literally it's like a human experiment to see these women living. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you get so invested, so curious, so interested in their lives. It's so funny. And they do such crazy things. It's so weird to watch, but when I start watching, I just can't stop, and I just want to know, oh my God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Is Fulano cheating on his wife? Are these friends fighting? Like, is the group separated for good? Like, it's so funny and so fun to see. I love it. It's like watching gossip happen in real life, and their lives are so interesting. I love it. I love it. It's crazy. If you like reality TV shows, if you like the idea of the Kardashians show, you're gonna love this. Especially because you have all these scandals behind it, it's so crazy. And you have this religious background that it's so good too. Seriously, if you like trash TV, this is my recommendation. If you want trash TV, You know what I'm saying? Trash TV. Watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And after you watch it, go check their pages on TikTok because it's weird to see them in real life because they're always posting, right? They are influencers, but at the same time, you can watch them on TV. It's insane. It's an insane experience. So funny, so good. So if you need something to watch that will do nothing for your brain, that you just want to turn off your brain, watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It's really good. And also, really good to practice your English. I swear. I swear. Because for me, watching real people on TV is really good for your English. I promise. I promise. But yeah, this is not a good recommendation. Okay, it's not one of those episodes that I recommend. Oh, the perfect movie, the perfect TV show. It's a trashy TV show, but it's so good. So good. I'm addicted to it. But yeah, I can't wait for the new updates. I'm really excited for the next season. I really hope they're back into filming because I think it's the only reality TV show that I like. So I hope it's back and I hope you follow my recommendation just to have some fun, you know. But yeah, maybe next week I'll be back with a more reflexive episode that will make you question every decision you've made in your life. But today, this is what I wanted. So I'll see you in the next one. Please remember to subscribe, turn on notifications, and rate the podcast 5 stars if you like it and if you want to support us, please. And if you want to know more about our little world and community, go to our Instagram at Wave Fluency, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.